It felt like an enormous privilege to be part of the service. You know, just to happen to be at Westminster Abbey at this moment, when we hadn't had a coronation for 70 years. There was also a huge sense of responsibility. We hadn't done this for a long, long time. The importance of getting it right, responsibility not just to the king, but to, you know, the whole long tradition of coronations. They've been going on in this country since at least the 10th century. So a huge responsibility to that tradition.
My role within the coronation was to do all of the construction of the theatre of coronations. There was a lot of work. There was 6-7 months of planning and managing everything.
Planning the coronation involved working with many stakeholders. That included lots and lots of meetings, lots of rehearsals, lots of discussion, lots of minor changes.
My role was very much around anything that involved our collections that needed to be used in the coronation ceremony or in the rehearsals. There was a lot of preparation in the immediate run-up to the coronation ceremony, particularly with the coronation chair and the Stone of Destiny. The Stone of Destiny came back from Scotland, and we had a very limited window of time in which to make sure that we could get the stone into the chair.
We all knew at some stage it would happen one day, and of course that day arrived, and it was just completely extraordinary.
The thrill and excitement in the air on the day was quite extraordinary. 70 years having passed since the last coronation, I think there was a genuine sense that most people present in the building had never experienced anything quite like this.
My day started at 3:30 in the morning when I got up, had a cup of coffee, and I looked out the window, and already out in Dean's Yard there was great activity.
On the day itself, I remember a bit of anxiety. One of the things about my role is that it's all about preparing for the service. And once you've sort of pushed the first domino, so for me that was cueing the state trumpeters, you just have to trust that you have prepared everything, you've rehearsed everybody, and that one thing will just follow the other.
I felt really proud to be able to see the coronation chair centre stage at the coronation. It was a little bit nerve-wracking to see somebody sitting in the chair, which obviously only happens for coronations, but I was really confident in all of the work and the planning that we'd done that I knew it would be okay.
Everybody knew what needed to be done. We were still anxious about making sure that we could do it, and the chair would be safe and the stone would be safe. It all came together, and I think it's because of that long preparation that we put in beforehand.
I think the sheer significance is yet to fully resonate with me. I think it will take some time.
For such a prominent event that was broadcast around the world, I had a lot of people getting in touch with me saying that they'd seen me or seen the chair. My cousin is a police officer in New Jersey in America, and he heard me on the radio in his police car.
That single point of that moment when the king walked in, all of those months and months and months of work just disappeared really quickly.
There's me, a young lad from Coventry, who kind of came and went along his career as a verger in different cathedrals. Never ever did I imagine that one day I would be on the front row being part of the coronation. Again, a very historic moment when the page of history actually had got turned.
We're a year on from the service, and I have taken this year to reflect on what a wonderful place I work in and what a privilege it has been to be able to be part of the coronation.